Hey everyone, it is Wednesday, and I am a good hour and a half later than what I was hoping to be, but we're here, and that's the good thing. Oh man, so a lot of stuff been going on. I'm not gonna jump into talking about political stuff, but a lot of stuff going on. I hope everyone's being safe and, just be careful with all the stuff going on. Cool stuff. Yesterday I found out I'm booking two weddings, so that's exciting. Another October 2021 and May 2021 as well. So things are starting to fill up, and it's exciting. We are also getting very close to the end of the 30-day challenge. I know there's a few people with maybe a few days left, so that's going to be wrapping up, and someone is going to win free wedding photography for their wedding, which is exciting. So yeah, stuff is going on. Busy times. I've been working on creating this video. I think I shared it. I shared part of the video on the page at one point, and I think today I might finish the entire video. It's going to be hopefully funny, maybe ridiculous. We'll see what people think about it. I'm a goofy guy, and just as long as people still can take me seriously as a wedding photographer with my goofy side, that's the thing. I just hope I don't scare off people with how weird or funny I am. I don't know. Anyway, what we're talking about today, I think this is something 99.9% of you have had to deal with, and that is stress. Weddings cause a lot of stress, especially on the bride. If it seems like one person tends to have most of the responsibility thrown on them, and then the other person not as much. So we're going to be talking about how you can deal with that stress and not hate your wedding and not hate all the parts of your wedding. So hopefully this is helpful. I know stress is a part of everyday life, and you don't want your wedding to be something that just drives you crazy with stress. All right. So let's see if we can jump over here and present this thing. Present. All right. So here we are. And again, guys, at any point, if you are having questions about this, feel free to make a comment. If something is really awesome that I said, please tell me that, so I know that it's worthwhile content, and I'm saying something you agree with. All right, so why is all this so stressful? I think the thing is, we all have this hyped up thing in our mind about our wedding, and we all expect it and want it to be just stinking awesome, stinking amazing. So there's a lot of pressure put on you to do that. But the problem is, most of you don't have a lot of wedding experience. Most of you have never planned a wedding before. Most of you have been to maybe like 4 or 5 weddings in your life. So it's not like a normal thing for you. So it's hard to handle and know what to do when you haven't had that experience. It's also, as far as the expectations go, you've got a lot of people that are going to be there. And so they're going to be seeing your wedding. They may be, hopefully not judging you, but hopefully you want them to have a good time. So that kind of raises the stakes even more. And I would say the biggest thing is just the amount of money we're talking about. I mean, you've got all this money on the line. You want to make sure it is a worthwhile event, that you're using that money to the best way you can, and not wasting it. And I also think there's just so many different things you can do. I mean, there's so many options out there for everything. I mean, you just looking at wedding photographers, there may be like 40 wedding photographers in your area that you're having to pick from. Same thing with venues, same thing with DJs, same thing with music. Every little thing has all these options that you can do and choose from. And so every little decision is stressful because you have to make these choices, and there's just so much of it. And again, you don't have the experience, so it's hard for you to know this is what I should do, or I should do this, or whatever. So that is why there is so much stress. But don't worry, there are ways you can take care of this. So I've talked about this before. This is probably the easiest way to take care of your problems. Just hire someone to do all this stuff for you. Hire a wedding coordinator or a wedding planner and pass off some of the duties to them. Let them take care of some of it. They can either take care of a small part of it, or there are some that will do the entire thing for you, and you don't have to do anything but show up and have a good time. I don't know. Oh, my camera's freaking out again. I don't know why it does that. Wonderful. Let's see if I can make that stop. We'll see. I might just kill my face. Oh, I'm gone. That's okay. You don't need to see what I look like anyway. I am not that important. So I don't know if I would tell them to do everything for you, because then you wouldn't have much say in it. But it is definitely nice to be able to hand off that responsibility to them. And then you maybe have to make half the decisions you would have had to make on your own. And they have way more experience. It's their job. It's what they do. I mean, think about it. If someone all of a sudden asks you to fix your toilet, who's going to do a better job? You or the plumber who's been doing it for 40 years? You might be able to figure it out, but it's going to be a lot harder and require a lot more work on your part instead of just paying that plumber to come do it for you. In my opinion, it is well worth the cost if you hire a professional wedding planner. How much money? Can you put a price tag on, feeling relaxed, feeling happy, enjoying your wedding? It's hard to put a price tag on that. Okay. So if you can make it happen, this is something I suggest. Now, if it is an option or you don't want to hire a planner, that's perfectly fine. Here is another very simple way to reduce a lot of your stress. Simplify. So first off, you might just simplify how many things you're doing, so you don't have to worry about as much stuff. So do less decorations. Maybe don't have a wedding party, so you don't have to deal with people and have to worry about their dresses or worry about their tuxes. Worry about who gets in the wedding party, who doesn't. Maybe don't get a fancy dress. Just go with something simple. Maybe don't serve dinner. There's a lot of different things you can kind of eliminate to really just simplify your wedding, so you're not having to worry about and deal with as much. I'm trying to think if there's any other ones off the top of my head you could just kind of get rid of. I don't know. Don't have a reception, maybe. I don't know. There's things you can do. Just kind of get rid of some of the stuff so you don't have to make as many decisions. Another option is just to elope. So you two just go somewhere and, maybe bring some family. And then the other option would be go to the courthouse. And I think I just remembered I'd go into more detail here in a minute. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Oh, wait, no, I don't. Okay, never mind. I thought I had more details under there. So if you elope, the good thing is you still get to go to a fun location. You can still dress up a little bit, and you can bring some people with you that are like the closest people, the ones that are really important. But not everyone's going to show up. So you don't have to have this big design for your reception. You don't have to have all these other plans. It's a lot simpler. Now, if you want super, super simple, you can do the courthouse wedding, which is both of you just show up. You don't have to choose an officiant. You just pay some person to do it. They say a few things, you sign some stuff, and you're out. You could be wearing your normal clothes. It doesn't even matter. That would be the simplest thing. And some people who just really get overwhelmed go that route. I'm not the biggest fan of it because I think it's not much of an experience for you. So if you're just losing your mind over the stress, I would definitely go with just simplifying or the elopement versus just going straight to the courthouse. All right. So how to get the stress out of the planning process. So the first thing I would suggest is just make a list of all the things you need to do. And I know that by itself can be stressful, but we'll break it down. So make a list of all the things, and then make sure, first of all, this goes part to when you pick a date, but make sure you're giving yourself enough time to actually plan the wedding. So when you get engaged and then you pick a date, make sure you're giving yourself, like 8 months to a year and a half. So you're not really rushed. You're not having to try and cram everything into 3-4 months of planning, because that will cause stress. Okay. Now that you have your list, now that you have plenty of time, you want to schedule out when you need to accomplish each task. So starting with the most important things, you might try and knock out like 3 things this month, 3 things that month, 3 things this month. And, you just you write out when you want these things to be done. Now, once you have that, focus on each item individually. Don't stare at the entire list. Don't try and knock out a bunch of different things at once. Go after one thing at a time. Okay, get your venue. Boom, it's done. Next thing on the list, get your photographer. Boom, it's done. Next thing on the list, videographer, DJ, whatever. And when you're not looking at the entire list, it's not as overwhelming. When you're just doing one thing at a time, it is very easy to handle. And you just keep knocking each thing out. Now, here's my favorite thing. Reward yourself when you get something done. I am motivated by rewards. I mean, if you dangle a carrot in front of my face or a piece of cake or whatever, I am going to work for it. So when you accomplish something, find some way to reward yourself so you're motivated to do more things. So like if you finish all your tasks in the month, go buy something, or I don't know, whatever it is that you enjoy. I can't even think of things, but something you enjoy. Now, other general things that you can do, and this could be during the planning time, during the wedding day, it could be any time, just some ways to kind of relax. You can do breathing exercises. That is a very easy way, like in the moment, to calm down. So something bad happens and you start doing the breathing exercises, you're going to be able to focus on that, and you're going to slow yourself down and you'll be fine. Overall, I think yoga is a great practice to put into your, maybe your daily or weekly routine, and you'll find you'll be a lot less stressed. Other things, so like you start feeling stressed, do something you enjoy. Listen to music, dance around your room, or just any other activity that makes you feel better about yourself. So at any point when you feel that stress coming on, just hit one of those activities and you'll feel a lot better. Another great thing is just having a person that you can just, gab to, talk to, who makes you feel better. Not a person who's going to stress you out, because we have those friends that are like drama queens, or drama kings, I guess, either way, who you talk to them and they make things worse. They point out more things and cause more problems. So find a person you can really relate to, talk to, that's going to make you feel better and give you solutions possibly, versus just causing more issues. Okay, and the last one, I even worry about putting this on here because I don't want to offend anybody. So like if on the wedding day you're freaking out, maybe drink some alcohol. And I'm not saying get drunk, but a drink here, one or two, whatever, is going to make you feel a lot more relaxed. If you have a medical, like real issue with stress, then you can go and probably get medicine prescribed. I mean, I think that's a very limited amount of people that are dealing with that much stress, but it is something I wanted to put on there because, some people really do need medication, and that is something they deal with. All right. So talking about the actual day of, and I've said this probably a lot of times, but focus on the big things, the things that really matter. And that the biggest thing of all is you're getting married. Okay, that's the biggest thing. So as long as that happens, everything else doesn't really matter. That's the biggest, most important thing. And so something is going to get messed up throughout the day. Don't freak out over it. Don't stress out over something not going perfectly, because in the long run, it probably doesn't really matter. Okay, and focus on just enjoying the moments, enjoying everything that's happened. Enjoy the moments with your friends, your family, the person you love. Enjoy the dancing, the ceremony. Focus on that stuff, and you will not be stressed. Okay. All right. I'm going to jump out of here and see if my camera is going to be freaking out some more. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Let's jump over. Okay, good. My camera is not freaking out. I think in general, I'm the type of person that doesn't get extremely stressed out. Um, I don't know, especially with weddings, it's come to the point where I've been doing it so long that I don't know. I just don't freak out about things, and I'm a very calm and relaxed person. I'm more about having fun. I'm more about, again, the big things, not the little things. And I know we're all different, but honestly, I think some of those things, if you take them into consideration, they are going to, get rid of some of your stress, help you deal with your stress, whatever. And again, you don't want your wedding, the whole, starting with the process, the planning, all the way through the day of. You don't want that to be something stressful. You don't want that to be something that you look back and go, God, that was miserable. So just, take some of these steps and a lot of that stress will be gone, and you'll just enjoy it. You'll just enjoy it all. And that's what I want for you guys. All right. I didn't see any comments or questions. If you have something later, feel free to say something on the video. And guys, as always, if I can help you with something, feel free to reach out, and I will be there for you guys. And I think that's it. Have a wonderful Wednesday.